Hello everybody, this is Steve Yoder and this is a video for the Business Research Toolkit at UAB, the module on researching nonprofits, and in this video we'll be looking at how we go about researching a college or a university. Here's what we're hoping to cover in this video: the reason why we might be researching public universities, how the federal government regulates and requires disclosure from public universities and some private universities as well. And a reminder that the IRS Form 990, as great as it is not a requirement for public universities, and then some online alternatives for researching public universities. Economic impact. The economic impact of public universities is great. For UAB alone in the state of Alabama, some very significant numbers. Over 100,000 jobs created over the years. Some wonderful research that has combated successfully some diseases like cystic fibrosis. The United States Department of Education oversees the accreditation of public universities, that is, whether or not they can keep their doors open. SAC-COC is the accreditor for UAB. And then there are some disclosures from the Department of Education's National Center for Education Statistics that are very useful for researching a public university. Donald Trump is on record as being in favor of abolishing the Department of Education. I'm not sure what would happen to all those resources if that were to occur. So, same reasons you would be looking at any other tax-exempt organization would apply for why you would look at a public university or a private university. Private colleges do file Form 990, such as Samford, Birmingham Southern College. Remember, we have a separate video on the unfortunate closure of Birmingham Southern. But public universities like UAB, University of Alabama, and Auburn University do not have to file Form 990s. Here is the type of information you can find in the Department of Education's NCES database about a public university or a private university for that matter. Very helpful if you are considering enrolling, considering doing business. Might be a great number of reasons why you would research. I'm not going to actually do a search for you, but there is some navigation required to drill down into the NCES database. It's called the IPEDS Data Center, Integrated Post-Secondary Education Data System. You go to the menu, look for data and tools, do a search for college and universities, then you go to the IPEDS Data Center. Here is what that web page would look like. You would navigate to find your college, and if we filled in University of Alabama Birmingham in the search bar up here, UAB would come up, and here is all the information you could find. But let's drill down on enrollment, and this is the kind of data you would see. The part-time versus full-time, male versus female, and then some demographic information as well. You can compare one college to another. This is a very helpful tool, and this is a chart showing the peer group of UAB and how they compare in areas like graduation rate and average annual cost. Every college and university is also required to publish a report every year that has a great deal of helpful information in it, often called facts and figures. The name of the offices that produce these is usually got institutional effectiveness in the name of the office. Here is the page for the website of the Institutional Effectiveness and Analysis office at UAB. You can see that there is some outdated information in the lower right-hand corner upcoming. I would expect them to update that for upcoming data very soon in 2024 and 2025. But if we click on facts and figures, we can see a report. They have just published in August of 2024 their data for 2023-2024. You can see the categories here under their financial and physical resources, and if we were to look at their financial profile, that's where we would find some financial summary data. You're not going to find the full financial statements, but you will find revenue and expense information, for example. If you're looking for student information, maybe how they're doing on recruiting first-time freshmen, we clicked on that, you'd see this information. Unfortunately for UAB, fall enrollment in 2023 fell from the year before. All states have some version of open record laws that would apply for any public agency, including a public university. For UAB, you have to search for UAB expenditure transactions. It is not in the Institutional Effectiveness website. And these can be hard to find, but you will find a great deal of information about a public agency, including a public university, including how much every single person who works there gets paid every year. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me using the Canvas mail system. You can see here what that looks like.